Hey guys, Demolisher134 here, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Legends Class Constructicon set. This set is made up of Scavenger, Mixmaster, Overload, Scrapper, Longhaul, Rampage, and Hightower. They all obviously all combine into Devastator. I picked this set up from eBay about a few days ago actually. Really glad I did. I really do like this set. I've had them all before. I had the G1 colours version, but I thought I'd go back and get the original colours. So here we are. I'm going to start with Mixmaster. I might as well start with the head, and then I'll work my way through the actual set. But let's get started. So here is Mixmaster. Mixmaster is a fairly nice little cement truck. He has two Decepticon symbols on the sides here. Rolls fairly well. Fairly decent molded detailing throughout the actual vehicle. On the underside here, you can kind of see the Devastator head, but that's really not that much of a problem. Overall, this guy is a fairly neat little figure. To transform him, it's fairly simple. What we're going to do is going to lift the Devastator head out of the way, come back here, and just split this entire section, just like that, and bring them forward. Then we can sort of fold out the arms, then just sort of peg those pieces in, fold them back, and bring the arms forward, just like that. Then split the legs. And there is Mixmaster in his really weird looking robot mode. Honestly, this guy's shoulders must hurt. I mean, just look at them. They're above his head. But I mean, it's a fairly decent representation of the movie design for Mixmaster, so I'll let it slide. The one thing that honestly just looks really weird is it's the Devastator head on his arse. Why? It looks so stupid, but I can kind of see that, you know, there's really no way around that on a figure this small. But yeah, fairly decent robot mode. He's got a little head sculpt in there, kind of a goofy looking head sculpt with some red eyes, but I think, honestly, this guy looks fairly neat. Now on to Overload. Overload is what is the more elusive of the Constructicons. He didn't appear in the Supreme class version, but he did appear in the movie. So he is a fairly decent little Legends class figure. He transforms into sort of like a dump truck. He's got some paint sort of flaking off on the wheels there, but that's really just due to general wear and tear. He has a fake wheel on both sides, which kind of sucks, but you know, whatever, it's not that much of a problem. The transformation on this guy is fairly simple. Just going to bring this piece forward, split the legs just like so, bring this section down like that, and just split the arms like that. And there is Overload in his robot mode. Really not too bad of robot mode actually. We never actually got to see this guy in robot mode in the movie, but concept art has shown this guy with like frigging 8 legs or something like that. I think this guy looks cool as he is. He's got a little hook that you can pose about. You can move that if you want. He has a little head sculpt in there with a tiny bit of paint on the visor. So this guy does look pretty cool. It's just a shame we didn't get to see him in the movie. Now here is Scavenger, or Demolisher, whichever one you prefer. This guy is pretty damn cool if you ask me. He's got a Decepticon symbol on the side here. Nice white paint apps throughout the loader mode. I have no idea what this is. But yeah, pretty nice if you ask me. You can move this. This is the only bit of articulation you're going to get out of the vehicle mode. On the underside, he's got the 2 wheels for his robot mode here. But yeah, the vehicle mode is nothing too spectacular, but the robot mode is pretty damn awesome. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pop the wheels out from underneath here. Split the section up here. Just rotate everything out, just like that. Then we're going to take these little pieces, we're going to rotate them around, like so. Just rotate them around, get these little pieces out of the way, like that. Then we're going to come back to the bottom here, and just kind of angle the wheels inside, and it's kind of a pain to do, but it's not too difficult when you get the hang of it. Yeah, just rotate them in like that, then just fold the arms inwards, and there is a Scavenger in his really cool robot mode. Honestly, I really like the design of this guy. It's actually one of the reasons my username is Demolisher134, because I was just a huge fan of the way this guy looked in the movie, Demolisher. So here he is, very cool looking robot mode, awesome looking head sculpt in there, nice yellow eyes. Overall, just really cool looking. Now on to Scrapper. Scrapper is kind of a really cool looking little digger actually. He's got some nice blue paint apps on the windows there, nice Decepticon symbol on the top. He has some sort of exhausts on the back here, and he has some yellow paint on the wheels there. And you can also kind of adjust this little bucket here. Not too much, but I mean you can still move it. That's really due to the transformation and just the way his feet are in robot mode. Anyway, transformation is fairly simple. We're just going to split this section here, rotate the bucket around like that, and just fold the legs out a little bit. Take this piece, just lift it up, That'll be his head in robot mode. Then just split this middle section and fold it out. And there is Scrapper in his really cool looking robot mode actually. I really wish we actually got a deluxe or a Voyager toy of this, because I really do like this guy's robot mode. He has a cool little head sculpt in there. He's got some red on the visor. The exhaust kind of look like nipples, which is kind of weird, but you know, whatever. But yeah, this guy is fairly cool looking. I actually really like him. Now for Hightower, who is another one of the elusive Constructicons who we never actually get to see in robot mode in the movie. He transforms into a crane, as you can see. Actually pretty cool looking vehicle mode. You can move the hook up and down if you want. You can also swap that hook for kind of a massive, you know, grabber thing. I don't know what that would be. Is it kind of a claw? I don't know. But you can switch that out if you want. But a really nice looking vehicle mode, nice Decepticon symbol on the side. He doesn't have one on that side, I thought he did. But yeah, fairly decent little vehicle mode. The transformation is actually one of the more ingenious ones, would you say. You can sort of fold these out, and it's got kind of a little bit of an automorph where you sort of push this back, and this all moves into place like that. Fold the tracks around like so. Flip up the hook, and come in here and grab the claw. And there is Hightower in his robot mode. This guy has got a really weird looking design. I mean, he's got his head there in a cage, and he's got really weird hands. But honestly, I think this guy looks cool, and it would have been really interesting to actually see this guy in the movie and see what he could have done. But yeah, pretty cool little robot mode design. Now on to Longhaul, who is a dump truck, and he is just bright green. That's basically it. He's got a Decepticon symbol on the side here, some green paint apps in the wheels. Nice molded detailing on the front here. It also says, it's got some numbers on there, and it says Hasbro on it. I mean, why would they have to put it there in such plain view, but never mind. But here is the dump truck mode, fairly nice. Transformation is very simple. What we're going to do is we're just going to pull the legs out from here, split them, and flip out the feet here. Then we're just going to bend the dump truck forward, would you say? And then just split the arms, and there is Longhaul in his robot mode. He has a pretty cool head sculpt in there that you can kind of see, but honestly this guy, he's not really that great. I mean, he's got no articulation barely in robot mode. You can kind of bend them in and out, and he's got a ball joint up here, but that's just about it. I mean, you can't get this guy into very many poses. And finally, here is Rampage. Now Rampage is special because he's one of the only Constructicons who actually got some screen time in the movie. He fought Bumblebee and got his ass kicked. That was it. But yeah, here's a bulldozer. He's got an Decepticon symbol up here, some blue on the windows. Other than that, he's got barely any other paint apps. He's really not that much painted. Anyway, transformation is fairly simple. We're just going to rotate these pieces up, take this section, just sort of pull it all out like that, rotate these pieces up like so, and just flip up the head. And there is Rampage in his robot mode. This guy has got a really weird design, I will say that. Even in the movie, he's got kind of one leg, he's kind of like a jackhammer, and it's just really, really weird. It's just, yeah, I don't know how this could have worked for toy form. I mean, he's always got to have something up like that to keep him standing up. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this robot mode. I mean, he's barely got any arms. But we do have another Legends class Rampage from the Hunt for the Decepticons line, which looks a lot better in my opinion. But there is Rampage in this set. Okay, so now that we've gone over each individual Constructicon, let's get them combined into Devastator. We're going to start off with Mixmaster here. We're just going to rotate these pieces in and basically sort of put him halfway back into his vehicle mode. Lift the Devastator head up and just fold these pieces together just like that. Then bring the Devastator head back up and just leave him like that. And there is the head section for Devastator. Then we're going to come over to Scavenger here. I'm going to rotate these wheels back in. I'm going to have them up actually. Rotate them in. Then have them sat up here like that. Then just rotate these pieces down like so. And then you can actually take Mixmaster here and peg him onto Scavenger just like that. And there is part of his torso. Then we're going to take Overload just here, fold this guy's arm up and sort of peg them in together like that. Then just make sure that's all tabbed together. Split his legs, make him do the splits, and just fold these pieces down like so. And there is there's Overload. Then going to take Overload here to get the arms of Scavenger out of the way. I'm going to take him, I'm going to slide him on just there. And they sort of cling on to each other for dear life. You can sort of just wedge that in there. And there is the torso of Devastator. Then, we're going to do the legs now. Let's come over to Longhaul. Take these pieces, just peg them together just like that. Fold this piece out. Flip in his feet here and peg them together. And there you have a leg. I'm just going to peg that on there. Let's take Rampage over here, flip in the head, rotate these pieces down and around, just like so. Then we're actually going to take this piece and just push it back all the way, like so. And there is Rampage as a leg. I'm going to attach that just there, and they all peg on really nicely, really nice and tight. Okay, now we're going to take Scrapper here, and basically we are just going to transform Scrapper back into his vehicle mode, except we're just going to leave the feet here unrotated. So just peg them back together. I'm just going to leave them just like that. Then take Scrapper here, just put him on there. Now finally for Hightower, I'm going to fold this piece back up and around. Basically we're just going to put Scrapper back into vehicle mode as well. Fold this piece down like so. Take this piece and fold that out. Unpeg this, peg it onto there, and flip in his hook. Now we're just going to finally take Hightower and peg him in there. And ladies and gentlemen, there is Devastator in his combined mode. Now, I cannot tell you guys how much I love this set. The fact that they managed to get 7 Legends class figures to combine and actually look cool is beyond me. I think this guy is really, really cool, and honestly, this is one of the highlights from the Revenge of the Fallen line. Hands down, this guy is fantastic. Now, in robot mode, he's about the size of a deluxe class figure, just a little bit smaller. If I remember rightly, he was about the size of a deluxe class Skids from Revenge of the Fallen. But yeah. Honestly, this guy is so awesome. I just can't stress that enough. He doesn't have a lot of articulation in his robot mode. The head is really well articulated. I mean, you can rotate that whichever way you want, but the arms are very hindered. You can only sort of bend them up and down and forward and back like that. Other than that, you really can't do much with them except, you know, kind of rotate them at the joint there. The legs are the same. You really can't do a lot with them. You can't bend them forward or backwards. You can only sort of rotate them, you know, left and right. But that can be forgiven because remember, these guys are Legends class toys, and obviously there isn't a lot of engineering that goes into these guys. But the fact that they all combine, and honestly they make a robot mode that looks really, really cool and really kind of menacing, is just awesome. I really, really like this. The head of Devastator is really cool. He's got some silver, gunmetal grey highlights on him. He's got some green in there, which looks really, really cool. Honestly, this guy rocks. Now here is a quick size comparison with the Supreme class version, just so you can see the differences between the two. Obviously the Supreme class version is huge compared to this guy, but honestly, in terms of, you know, quality and just, you know, fun, I would choose this guy any day, because this guy, the Supreme class, while good, they don't have individual robot modes. This guy does, and they are only Legends class figures. But yeah, I think this guy is much, much cooler than the Supreme class version. Overall, this is an amazing figure. I mean, I've said that enough, but honestly, this guy is just wow. Definitely try and pick him up. I got this from eBay because this guy is not being sold in shops anywhere anymore. He was a Walmart exclusive and an Argos exclusive. I think he was also sold separately in Japan. But you can't get this guy in shops anymore, so your best bet is either eBay or Amazon, so definitely check them out, and just try and get hold of this guy, because he is a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.